we are going to work on winter landscapes. It's going to be a sunrise or sunset landscape depending on your choice. So here's my finished sample. It is still a little wet, that's okay. So you can pick, we're going to start with our background, so you can pick any colors you want to use for your sky, and then we're going to create some snow, add some trees, and then add some falling snow if you want to. So it's your choice, and this project might take 2 weeks. So maybe this week we just paint our background, wait for it to dry, and then put in our snow and our pine trees. So let's get started. The supplies you're going to need is a piece of paper, watercolors or markers or crowns, whatever you have at home to create your sky background. Black paint. I know my kids at home or at school have black paint. If you're at home, you can use marker or crayon or color pencil. That works too. White paper. It could be computer paper for your snow, since we're going to tear it into strips. You're going to need some glue. And what else? Oh, and white paint if you want to create snowdrops. There you go. You can create snowdrops happening. So join me and we'll get started. Again, I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. You can decide which way you want to hold your paper first. Are you going to hold it vertical, which is the tall ways, or horizontal, the long ways? So it's totally up to you. I'm going to pick this way so I can add taller trees. So I'm going to start in the center of my paper, and I'm just going to keep on drawing these circles and working my way out with my paint. Now I have two sized brushes. I have a bigger one and a smaller one. I'm going to use the bigger one, so it's going to go faster. It's up to you what size you use, but usually if you go bigger brush, it's faster. So I'm going to start, I'm going to stick a yellow dot kind of like in the middle. I might have to wash my... So I got yellow, I'm going to go orange. And you can start wherever you want to in your paper. It doesn't have to be right in the middle. And I'm going to go over a couple of times with my watercolors. Now if you can tell, it's starting to like bleed and the colors are blending together. That's okay. That's what I want. So you can also think of your warm colors and your cool colors as you do this. So maybe you just do all warm colors and how they blend together, and are all cool colors. Now I'm kind of working back and forth here a little bit. So I got my reds and then I go back into my oranges a little bit. And if you don't have watercolor paint at home, you can also use tempera. If you have tempera or other acrylics too, you are welcome to use the paint that you have at home. So my goal is to fill this whole paper up by painting a circle. So my painting's pretty dry, so next I'm going to start adding my snow. Now to add your snow, you are simply going to tear up your piece of white paper. So what I want you to do is take the long side. The long side is coming from the top to bottom. Put your hands in the middle like lobster claws, and then just guide your rip, and then you can kind of like turn the paper, and you're gonna make some hills. Alright, so you can probably get a couple pieces of your own paper. And then your next thing is to kind of arrange them how you would like them, and then glue them on. And just one strip of glue or lime glue will work. You don't have to go over the top with your glue. You simply just lay your piece down. Alright, so then I'm going to trim off your extras, and you can simply just turn your paper over or cut them off or fold them over and glue them on the back. It's up to you. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to paint some winter trees. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna draw lines. So we're gonna draw lines from wherever you wanna start with your tree and how tall you want your tree, so you can make smaller ones in the back and bigger ones in the foreground, so you can show foreshortening. So I'm simply just gonna paint a line and figure out where you want your trees. So I'm gonna put one here. So I'm simply just gonna go up, paint a line. I might do one over in the back here, be a smaller one. A bigger one in the middle. So I might just do 3 trees. And you can do as many trees as you want to. It's wherever you want to put your trees, your placement, how tall, how big. All right, so now we're going to start adding our branches. Now you are simply going to make like a V. You can take your brush and make little brush strokes then going out. So you're going to make a V. And you want to get wider as you go down and then do brush strokes down. So it's kind of like a flat V. So a diagonal line, and then brush down, kind of like you're creating mustaches on a tree. And maybe that will help you guys with your branches. So think of a mustache, so diagonal line, and then give them some mustache hairs. Oop, I didn't like how I did that one. There we go. And you can make your branches really long, your pine needles really long, and you can stop wherever you want your tree to go. So you can go down farther, or you could have a trunk. This one's gonna be a little weird because it's right by that paper. I'm gonna do one more because that one's gonna look weird. And it's okay if they overlap, like my one tree is overlapping with the other branch, that's okay. So there is my finished winter trees. And oh, last step, if you want to add snow, I'm going to take the other side of my brush that I didn't use. So not the brush part, but the wooden part or plastic part. And I'm simply just going to dip it in my paint and you can make some snowdrops. Now I'm using like an iridescent paint, so they might be a little shimmery. And just be careful, if you have your paint still wet for your black, you might, if you go on top, create gray. So there you go. There is my winter trees sunset or sunrise. So enjoy. I hope you enjoy painting with me, and I will see you next week.